Rappers are starting to react with excitement over Pooh Shiesty's release date announcement. A recent report reads, expect a court hearing for Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty shortly. With good behavior, his release date is coming up based on these factors, where the report would go on to list several reasons for his early release from jail. When Shiesty was originally arrested, he created what's known as a proffer deal with the feds. However, many rappers looked at it as snitching, as Big 30 even had to go on to defend Pooh Shiesty and his rap name.
My mama, if you see some paperwork, my mama, I do whatever y'all tell me to do. Cause my eyebrows, mustache, hair, I throw my chains in the river and jump in and if Shiesty snitch. Go home, take one to the. I ain't got no rat.
With rappers calling out Pooh Shiesty for allegedly snitching, we just saw Shiesty call them all out from his jail cell. To understand the message that he gave and when his release date is, we first need to learn how Shiesty allegedly snitched. As DJ Academics explains that Shiesty's current jail situation isn't normal for someone that committed his type of charges.
But salute to Pooh Shiesty, who looked like he's absolutely chilling in jail. My boy got a little Richard Millie, you know what I mean? Got the haircut all right. You know what I mean?
They be playing Fortnite Mobile.
In jail? Oh, he got the Timbs on. They look fresh as well. Yo, this so chilling in prison. He got 2 watches. Like, you know what I mean? Like 2 watches, not even 1.
As nobody that committed the crime that Pooh Shiesty did should be inside of a jail cell playing Fortnite Mobile. So in the original crime documents, it starts with Pooh Shiesty and a friend meeting up for high-end sneakers, including narcotics from 2 sellers. Pooh Shiesty is seen arriving to the meet driving a bright green McLaren. While awaiting the seller's arrival, Shiesty and his boy are creating a plan inside of their vehicle to instead steal the items rather than pay for them from the sellers. So once the sellers arrived, Shiesty was doing a legit check on the sneakers. While doing so, his boy ended up going around Shiesty's vehicle, getting into a good position for what is about to go down between the 2 groups. So while Shiesty was negotiating on a price for the goods, he would cause a small argument with the seller. This was ultimately until Pooh Shiesty was seen grabbing a firearm from out of his waistband. You could see the 2 men starting to sprint away, trying to duck for cover behind their own vehicle, but they weren't quick enough. Shiesty ended up chasing the 2 men, using his firearm, hitting both of them, hitting one in the backside and hitting one in the hip. While Shiesty was handling the 2 sellers, his boy was in charge of grabbing the sneakers and narcotics out of the vehicle. He would end up grabbing the goods and chucking them into the green McLaren. Meanwhile, Shiesty's making sure his job is done before sprinting to his side of the car. With Shiesty opening up his McLaren door, the vehicle had what's known as a butterfly door, meaning the car doors go upwards. So with the car door going upwards, a Louis Vuitton bag on the side door pocket would then fall onto the ground without Shiesty even realizing. This Louis V bag had $40,912 in cash, and it actually played a huge role in the evidence against Shiesty, but more on that later. Now, Pooh Shiesty would end up driving the McLaren to the closest Miami airport, where he would rent a private jet, flying straight out of Miami, Florida. However, while in the air on the jet, he would post a few selfies, flexing the all-green McLaren that he just committed an armed robbery in on social media. This would then obviously lead to Shiesty being arrested in the following days.
The town of Bay Harbor Island says you're wanted with a
He's also charged with armed robbery, battery in their affidavit, saying the 2 left the state in a private jet.
Once he was booked into the county jail, he would be quickly bonded out by Gucci Mane for $30,000. He was on bond for roughly 2 months until he was officially arrested for the crime that he committed.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested for pursuant to an arrest warrant. It was issued June 3rd. It's charging you. You have 2 attorneys here, or is it? I'm sorry, 2 attorneys in the state. Go ahead. You want to announce again?
Brad Cohen and Sam Zegny for the defendant.
Right. Have you had a chance to review these?
Yes, Judge, we have.
We would then see DJ Academics go and tweet, breaking, Pooh Shiesty sentenced to 63 months inside of prison. He was facing 8 years. As this is what started the entire snitching allegations against Pooh Shiesty, as he was supposed to serve 8 years inside of prison. However, he only got left with 63 months. As even just recently, Academics would reveal that Shiesty is already almost near being released.
And I think he's coming home like next year, maybe the year after. However, it looked like he's, taking responsibility of whatever happened and doing his time, not crying. Clearly trying to let people know he's straight. And I do think when he comes back out, granted, as long as it's not like too far from now, if he comes back in a year, he's good. I still think even within 2 years, he's good.
As 63 months for firearm charges and robbery is extremely low, and it is for one reason. Let me explain. Pooh Shiesty created what's known as a proffer deal with the feds. A proffer is when the criminal proves additional detailed information to the feds relating to the offense for which immunity, or in Shiesty's case, a lesser sentence is then granted. Shiesty used a proffer deal to have his charges of 8 months in prison to life in exchange for only 63 months inside of a county jail. This is why rappers began calling him out for working with the feds and snitching. However, Shiesty's deal had nothing to do with snitching on others. All Pooh Shiesty had to do was snitch on himself. He also had to write out the mistakes that he made inside of this crime and basically confirming that he'll never do it again, as the mistakes that Pooh Shiesty wrote down that he made is absolutely insane and you need to hear them. The first mistake Pooh Shiesty made was that he committed an armed robbery right beside a police station. The video footage you see here is actually recorded from a police station camera across the street. So once the sound of firearms in the area were heard, several police cars started arriving to the parking lot extremely fast. With law enforcement knowing the exact location of the armed robbery, it didn't take long for them to just look through the recording tapes on the video camera across the street. Also, with police arriving to the scene as fast as they did, they are the ones that retrieved the Louis Vuitton bag, as Pooh Shiesty knew that he had no time to pick up the bag, as he was able to hear the sirens coming from down the street. The Louis V bag holding the $40,000 in cash was a huge piece of evidence, and it is also mistake number 2. Now, the feds already had an idea of who committed this robbery, but they still went to Pooh Shiesty's Instagram and they downloaded a few photos. In these photos here, Shiesty is stretching many $100 bills across of his body. Well, the feds zoomed in on these photos, and in the picture, you can actually see the serial numbers on the bills. With creative police work, they noticed that on one of the photos, the serial number on the bill matched the exact same bill that was found inside of the Louis V bag. This would then lead into mistake number 3. Pooh Shiesty left this one as the biggest mistake of them all, as he posted a selfie with the all-green McLaren that he committed an armed robbery in the exact same day he did it. Yes, you heard me right. Pooh Shiesty took a selfie with the sports car that he committed an armed robbery in, then an hour and 20 minutes later posted it on his social media. With this mistake going viral on social media for Pooh Shiesty practically having no brain at all, Shiesty's team would then capitalize by releasing a music video titled Gone MIA, where they would be flexing the all-green McLaren in the video as well. However, rappers continued calling Pooh Shiesty a snitch, and it was about time that he would end up responding to all of these rappers and ops that were disrespecting him. He would end up posting on his social media, King Shiesty tapping in from the middle of the penitentiary, aka a bad place, where they say I can't go, jailing no telling, I still remain untouched, millions still in double digits, tell Google to fix my net worth, we can verify it right now. I was 21 up 8 figures, Jay-Z can't even relate to my money, I tripled my followers, so stop playing with me before I buy one of you on sale. You guys aren't anything. I put on for the CG stuff every day and twice on Sundays. I'm on the same stuff from Tokyo to Tennessee, not gonna go fed, so start getting scared. Ain't no one ever played with me free or in jail. I'm still the man of Memphis, still the king no matter what jungle. Slick, almost the same man, just a little more powerful, talking about baby Larry. How are you gonna let a man in the feds outdo you? You can't even beat me at crawling backwards. You're gonna have to get your hand and stick game up before you could do some with me. Stop playing so much. For my fans, supporters, and loved ones holding me down every day, keep keeping it solid, and I promise it's not gonna go unnoticed. I see everything, and I even got something special for all word is law. The rest of you guys are done. Keep hating, false advertising, backbiting, and calling me out. It's up, and it's stuck like a treehouse. I'm touching down, I got a Dorito on my shoulder, and I'm going 100% on you guys. As I'm gonna pretend that didn't take me 10 tries to read that entire thing, but Pooh Shiesty is standing on his business inside a jail. And with Shiesty still standing tall, he would end up sharing another message during an interview before he was arrested, which really shows his true character.
Really, when I got signed, but I'm gonna tell you before I got signed, like breaking news. The verse on breaking news made everybody go crazy. And folks started saying I'm their favorite rapper already, so I'm gonna stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just made me go hard.
So the success kind of gave you the confidence to really keep it up?
Yeah, they rocking with me for sure.
Man.
It's in my first verse.